Hey folks, it's Jake Davis, and this is my final video celebrating the best movies of 2023. There's nothing left to do but then talk about the best film of the year. So let's get into my top 5 favorites. Number 5, I would say Killers of the Flower Moon, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and Lily Gladstone. The whole premise of this movie is DiCaprio and his uncle in the early 1920s, on the border of Texas and Oklahoma, are implementing themselves and men that work for them into the lives of the Osage people so they can systematically eradicate them and steal their land. It's based on the book The Osage Massacres. I believe it's called The Osage Massacre and the Birth of the FBI, something along those lines. I do agree that the 3-hour and 36-minute runtime is what hurt the box office for this film. Scorsese wanted to make an epic. He wanted to make an event film, and he really did. And, DiCaprio is one of those actors that kind of feels like anytime he makes a movie, it's a must-see event. And I also understand his argument to where this is he's competing with an era of people who can sit down and binge watch countless hours of a series on Netflix or Hulu or streaming services like that. But also at the same time, they can pause between episodes, have conversations, they can use the bathroom, they can refill the drink, they can pack a bowl. You can't do that stuff in a movie theater. You can get a refill, but you can't pause. I think just the runtime ultimately hurt the film's box office and also kind of hurts the film's rewatchability. But still an excellent and dark and poignant motion picture. And yeah, even at that, we could have cut a couple of shots of wheat in the wind and shit like that. I never understood why this was this really long movie. I couldn't have cut anything, could have had less few shots of trees just rustling, that kind of shit. It's always in there. It's always in there in these kind of movies. Number 4. Say Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's magnificent magnum opus of a motion picture directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., and Florence Pugh. The whole premise is here. It takes place between basically the bulk of the real career and life of Robert Oppenheimer, J. Robert Oppenheimer, Professor Oppenheimer. From him graduating Harvard in 1925 to him winning the Nobel Peace Prize, or the Nobel Prize in 1962, and everything that he went through and helped to do, really kind of molded the next century in many, many ways. It's a profound, stark, and a kinetic motion picture. Very, very good film. Number 3, I'd say The Holdovers, directed by Alexander Payne and starring Paul Giamatti. A miserable prick of a history teacher gets stuck looking after the delinquents during a Christmas break in 1970. Turns out, eventually whittles down to just him, a brat, and the lunch lady. And much like the 2013 Italian film, The Great Beauty, this is a movie that really, more than anything else, kind of gave me the feel that, it's a story of a man who thinks his life has passed him by, but kind of has this uplifting message of, no, as long as we still breathe, we got lots of living left to do. Very good, upbeat movie about depression. Number 2. Yeah, okay. Still wondering if I want to flip this, but number 2, I'm going to go with Saltburn, directed by Emerald Fennell, starring Barry Keoghan, Jacob Elordi, Rosamund Pike, and Richard E. Grant. This take place in the mid-2000s. A mysterious scholar finds himself invited to a massive, elaborate family estate to spend summer vacation. And basically, as the season goes by and blood spills into wine, he decides he's not leaving. It is my favorite movie of the year. It's a movie I've seen 4 times already. It's a movie I'm probably going to see many more times over the years. It is a hypnotic, powerful, dark film that every time I watch it, I find something new that I love about it. It's a great movie. It's a great fucking movie, anchored by an unforgettable performance by Barry Keoghan. And number one, my winner for the best movie of the year, The Sound of Freedom, directed by Alejandro Monteverde and starring Jim Caviezel. It's a story of an obsessed and desperate team of undercover federal agents in South America trying to bring down trafficking ring, get innocent children home, and keep a promise. This is, look, considering the maturity and patience that this film tackled its subject matter with, and the minuscule budget they had, and the massive, unsettling pushback they got from Hollywood and mainstream media, ended up being, budget to profit, the biggest hit of the year. This film is an achievement and a triumph in every sense of the word. And more than any other film I saw this year, it really is the only movie that I would dare put the word important onto. This is an important film, important moment in cinematic history, and something I really do believe everyone should see. Honorable mentions, sure. Dumb Money was great. Sisu was a blast. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was a wonderful send-off, but my really standout honorable mention has to be Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It was an ambitious and riveting animated adventure action film that dealt with serious themes and characters, and still just blistering with references and Easter eggs for fucking fanboys, and it's great. It's really a great movie. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all like the rest of my stuff. It's time to get to reviews of films from 2024, and I look forward to seeing Night Swim. It looks like just the proper kind of weirdo, stupid horror movie that kick off the year. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.